Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about the 3 most spiritually potent times of day. And they are 3 different times that you never want to miss again. My name is Susan. If you've never been here before, welcome. My group Divining Women on Facebook is for all women who are spiritually awakening, and I welcome you to join me there. I actually mentor spiritually awakening women because I was born clairvoyant. I had a really tough time growing up because of it, and finally I had a near-death experience in 2017 that really helped me clarify everything. And today I mentor spiritually awakening women like you. So here are the 3 times. 2 of them are what's known technically as the hypnagogic state. And really simply put, those are the 2 time periods when you are sliding into sleep and when you are sliding out of sleep. It's these 2 slim periods of time that are so critical to anyone on this journey. And they are slim periods of time, but you can pack them with so much meaning. They can really boost everything you're trying to do spiritually. So what happens during this time is, really simply put, you're half asleep and half awake. And when we're sleeping, we are naturally way more aligned with our true soul selves. Our ego goes to sleep too. So when we're sleeping, we're busy, by the way, too. We're not just sitting here dreaming. We're actually out there doing work and experiencing things in our astral bodies. And during this time, that's when your guides would call you here or there. Like maybe you need to physically restore. Maybe you need to emotionally restore. Maybe you want to go visit with a teacher in an astral realm and take a lesson. Maybe you want to explore. There are so many things we can do during sleep time. But all the while we're doing that, our egos are really sleeping too. And we are so much more aligned with our true selves. You know, your capital Y U self. And so because of this, when you are half in and half out of sleep, in either direction, going into it or coming out, you are most aligned with your greater soul self. And not only that, it's the most natural of connections. You don't even have to strive for it. It simply happens naturally. So because of that, those 2 time periods are so critical. The other time period is whatever your time zone. Let's call it from like 3 to 6 in the morning. And this is because of something kind of similar. So you are not just you. You carry many fractals within you, and you are also influenced by the human collective. You're connected naturally to the human collective, mostly through your heart and crown chakras. But in that same sense, come 3 a.m., you and those in your immediate surroundings, those in your time zone, most people are asleep. So there is a momentum where much of your local egos are sleeping. Like it's not just you that's asleep. Most people in your vicinity are too. So you're, not the entire human collective, but like your time zone, let's say, the force of our personalities are much less prevalent. And so for that reason, a lot of times your guides will wake you at some point in the night. And Wayne Dyer used to talk about this a lot. And he's actually said it. Like he knew when he was awoken at any time like that, he took it totally seriously. And he would write. He was a writer, and he would write. He would know that there was some greater reason for the waking, and he would immediately put his feet on the floor and get his pad and pen. And he may or may not go back to sleep again. And he encouraged all of us to do the same, to trust that if you are awakening in that time period, it is for a reason. And that reason may be as seemingly minimal as to have the chance to record a dream while it's still fresh. Or it could be a greater part of your spiritual journey, like Wayne Dyer, who published books from many of those writings. But just trust it is for your highest and best when you are awoken during that time. That there is a message from your greater soul self that wishes to be remembered. It's far harder to remember the goings-ons when you're waking up in the morning. We're in the habit of just kind of springing up from the alarm and maybe going straight for the bathroom. But if you are awoken, at 3:18 in the morning, there's something that wants to come through and be noted and be definitively recorded and remembered. So looking at all three of these times, it's going into sleep, coming out of sleep, and any time from 3 to 6 a.m. Now for me, I've always been clairvoyant. I've always had visions. And those hypnagogic states of pre and post sleep, they were so vivid for me, I used to actually act them out. It was the strangest thing. It was almost like sleepwalking, but I was totally aware. And I even had the chance to kind of live some of these visions while acting them out, like in my room. I wasn't completely aware of it until the next morning when I think back, like, okay, you were out of your bed and doing that. Now, I never thought to write that down when I was small. All that stuff actually tended to scare me. But now, I've got running notes on my iPhone. I've got pads all over the house. And I have my iRecorder app on the first page of my iPhone. So when I start channeling, when things really come through, when a being comes through, or I'm awoken and it was a kind of a long and complex dream, I can just simply speak it into the dictation device. And then here's a really practical tip. I've channeled, sometimes for 45 minutes on end into that iRecorder app. And you can go on Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr, and somebody will transcribe your audio file for $5. It's such an amazing tool, especially when you are waking up in the middle of the night. Dictating seems to go a lot more naturally. It requires less conscientious effort than, I guess it's almost like you have to wake up a little bit more to get going with that pen and paper. And that's why I really love that dictation. So the other thing I want to say is never waste another hypnagogic state. And what I mean by that is so much of how we grow and what we explore and what we experience on our spiritual paths has to do with our intention. So when you are sliding into sleep, that is the ultimate time to set your intention for that night's sleep. And literally, your imagination is the limit. So there are times, for example, when I will state my intention to, like I had said before, to physically and emotionally restore. There are other times when I state my intention to just simply have an awesome cosmic adventure. It just depends. And you are an extension of source energy. You are that powerful. you do create from the filters of your intentions. The other thing I always add whenever doing an intention is this. I always put at the end my intention to remember everything. That's so important. Because over time, with practice, it really does start happening. You really do begin to remember everything. And I've had such tremendous spurts of growth from just transcribing my dreams afterwards. You can go to sleep with a question on your mind. Let's say it's a life situation. You're considering taking a new job, or you're wondering if you should date this person. I mean, it can be about anything. And you can submit that question to your higher self as you go to sleep. And oftentimes in your dream, it will be answered, and always for your highest and best, because it's aligned with your higher self. So either symbolically or just really actually plainly, I've had awesome answers shown through the nature of my dreams. So never waste another hypnagogic state. And when you wake up, when you're coming out of sleep, that is the perfect time to just say hello to all of yourself and thank all your guides. It really is a beautiful way to start your day. When I do that, I feel a shift in my energy. It kind of puts what could be my natural anxiety at bay for a bit. To, as you're waking up, and you're recalling all that's come to pass, to do it in celebration and to give thanks, praise and thanks. I really have noticed when you miracle grow your own intuition, like when you make it clear you've caught that synchronicity, or you remember that dream and how awesome that is. Like, I have noticed it's like it grows your own momentum and your own growth to make sure that you pause and say thank you. Like, I got that and thank you. It just naturally kind of infuses your journey with some extra momentum. So I'm primarily clairvoyant and claircognizant. So like when I'm meditating, for example, and if I see in the mirror, I'll literally see, I'll see one of my guides or another kind of being like do what's akin to like a wave. You can guarantee that even though I'm being still and my awareness is on my breath and I'm trying to be paused, I will always just quickly be like, hi. I don't let that go by. I try to let nothing go by without being like, awesome, yay, and thanks. So I hope this helps. And just remember, you can get so much out of your sleep time. You're not just dreaming. So take the reins of this, have fun, and get some amazing and valuable answers for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Take care. Bye.